So, as a HubSpot marketing executive, you already have these existing content libraries, probably maintained in some sort of a cloud drive like Google Drive or OneDrive, where you are already doing all of your collaboration and content creation, right? The first thing that we provide is a two-way sync with your existing library. So, you don't really have to move your content anywhere. You can create multiple powerful links on top of your existing content. You can set different type of settings for these links through which you can generate leads or personalize the analytics. And finally, you can also align this library with the sales executives who are using HubSpot or other CRMs. And you can also check the content consumption. So we'll see how all of this can be done for HubSpot marketing teams. So let's check it out. So, as a marketing executive, even if you're using HubSpot, we recommend that first you come to the CloudFiles dashboard and sync your existing library. For example, if you are not using any of these platforms, then you can simply start uploading your files and creating your folders from your local drive. However, if you are, you can just click on this gear icon and you can hide or show any of these libraries, whatever you are using. There's going to be a very simple sign-in process. For example, let me quickly log out from my Google Drive and let me try to reconnect this. Just give it all the permissions. And now you'll see my files are instantly going to show up. So it doesn't really take any time for the files to come. Now that your existing library is here, now that your existing files are here in Cloud Files, the next step is you need to create those powerful links where you can collect those analytics and collect those leads. And you can create, and you want to use those links in your collateral that you're sending out through HubSpot. So you can simply create those links. For example, let's consider this particular Google Doc. So you can simply go and create multiple links with different settings over here. So for example, let me create a link that I want to share on the social media where I want people to, I don't want people to download, but I want people to enter their email whenever they are accessing my document. And secondly, let me also create another link for an email marketing campaign, and let's call it campaign one. And over here, again, I don't want people to download my content, but I don't really want any security. I don't want the email of the, I don't want the person to enter their email because I'm going to be using a different way of getting that email. Right. So now that I have these different links, I can copy them. I can configure these settings anytime, and I can go to my HubSpot. For example, I can go into my marketing emails or my social media calendar and use these links instead of attaching files or using the existing HubSpot content links that you are probably using. Once you do that, and once people start clicking on those links, all the analytics and everything that is being collected is going to be pushed into HubSpot, and so your sales team can stay aligned. And let me show you one more feature over here. So you have your library in Google Drive and OneDrive. Now you also might want the sales team to use this library, and you might want to see what exactly is the consumption from the sales team. Mostly the sales team, if they are using HubSpot, they are in one of their records. They are either in a contact company or deal record, and the sales team can access this library from right here. So you see the same thing that I showed you there. All of those options come up over here. I can again go into that Google Drive and I can get the same file. And if I go on and attach this file to the contact and also create a sharing link, so you'll see that you also see this link back here. You see that I see this link which has been attached by a sales executive on a certain contact, and I can see how much analytics has happened on this link. And I can also see a holistic view of all of such links. I can export out of this analytics, and finally, I can see what the sales consumption looks like. So these were some of the use cases where you have your existing library as a marketing executive and you want to sync that library as it is. You want the sales team to be able to create links on top of that library, plus your own marketing executives to be able to create links and use it in your marketing hub. And this is how it works with the Cloud Files HubSpot integration. So moving on to the next use case for HubSpot marketing teams is lead generation. So CloudFiles has some native features where you can enable a sort of an email wall and collect people's emails and other information. Plus, you can also gate certain domains. So, for example, you can gate free email providers or some other email providers that you have a list of. Finally, if you want to bypass this gating, if you already know the email of a person and you're running some sort of a email marketing or a customer success campaign. In that case, we provide a URL based bypass feature which can be used in campaigns. And we also provide a very tight integration with the HubSpot tracking code. So, for example, we can determine whether the email of the person was already collected or not, and based on that, we can show the ID wall, so sort of a smart ID wall. And also, if we collect the email of the person, we can associate it with the complete visit trail that the person had on your website. So you have the whole activity of the contact and not just a cold contact that has been created in your HubSpot. So let's check out how all of these can be done using HubSpot and Cloud Files. So, in order to discuss the lead generation features for marketers, let's first discuss the soft ID wall or the simple email collection. I have this social media link over here, and I'm just going to enable this require email setting. And now, if I open this link up, you're going to see that this email wall comes up. So over here, I can either log in through my Outlook or Google account, or I can enter some email address and I can continue. We also provide a feature where you can verify this email address, but usually this is not as important for marketers. Another feature which might be, and if I do enter some email over here, that new contact is going to be created on my HubSpot, and a timeline activity is going to be posted on that contact. And in case that contact already existed, simply a timeline activity is going to be posted on that. Now, another feature that might be interesting for marketers is the restricting of domains. For example, sometimes you might not want certain free email providers such as Gmail or Hotmail.com to be accessing your files. Rather, you would want people to use some sort of a work email. In that case, you can provide a list of domains here. And you can simply and whenever someone tries to access that file from one of those domains, an error is going to show up. So, for example, I've already provided gmail.com here, and I'm just going to try to access this with a Gmail ID. And now you see it shows this access denied, and this particular email is not authorized to view this document. So this is interesting for marketers. And another third use case is sometimes you might want to send email marketing campaigns where you already know the email of this person, and you don't really want to show this particular email wall. In those cases, what you can do is you can attach an email parameter into the URL. So for example, I'm simply going to attach email equals to some email. And in fact, I'm not going to use this. I'm going to use something else. And now if I access this document, so the email wall doesn't show up and the document opens up. And if I go back into the analytics, that analytics is actually tracked against the particular email that I used. So you can use the contact personalization token. For example, in HubSpot, I can insert a link and add an email parameter with these curly braces at the end, and this simply personalizes the link for every mass email that is going, and this can be used in sequences or in templates, and this can also be used with any other email marketing tool where you are sending the cloud files links. So using these three features, you can collect emails, and you can also collect personalized analytics on those emails, and this is pretty much it for this use case. Next up is the lead qualification use case. So the first thing that we are going to see in this use case is using the engagement time or reading time on your PDFs is much better than using clicks and opens, and this can help you score your leads better, and this can also help you segment your leads better. Because of which you can have a better email marketing, you can have a better sales alignment, and a whole lot of stuff. So let's see how we do the scoring and segmentation in HubSpot, and how the sales and marketing teams which are using HubSpot can be aligned using the CloudFiles integration. So now that we have all of this analytics on our link, how exactly do we use it for lead qualification, which is one of the main requirements for marketing? There are two HubSpot features that can be used for this. One is the HubSpot dynamic list, and second is the workflows. The HubSpot dynamic list can be used to segment your list based on the type of activity they have had on your file. You can simply we provide a bunch of events, and you can use this Cloud Files file viewed event, and you can segment the list based on which file did they access or which link they accessed, their engagement in terms of the number of views, the number of downloads, or the total time that was spent on the file. At the same time, you can also use the same event in workflows. So you can set up a trigger where it can say that if the person viewed a certain file for two times or more than that, in that case, you can increase the person's lead score, or you can use the time spent, which we report in seconds, to increase the lead score, which can help float those leads to the top. So using these two features, you can decide which are the most interested leads. And at the same time, since you are not using email opens or email clicks, and rather you are using the number of views or the time spent, which is a much more reliable metric, which only is reported when the file is rendered. Does You have much more reliable reporting, much more reliable segmentation. The last marketing use case that we are going to talk about is content efficiency. So first of all, as a marketer, you always want to know which pages are working and which are not, where exactly people are dropping off, so that you can optimize that content. We offer export functionality, plus we offer a lot of list support, as we have already covered in the previous use cases, using which you can calculate your content and campaign efficiency. So let's check it out how this can be done using the HubSpot Cloud Files integration. So, using this detailed analytics and using all of these metrics, there are a bunch of things possible. For example, I can look at which are the most popular pages and which are the pages which are not so popular. I can also go into individual sessions and analyze which are the drop spots in my content. More than that, I can also export this analytics. I have this analytics available at the file level, link level, and the folder level. I can export all of this analytics, and we export all types of metrics, such as the time spent on individual pages, or the number of times a person viewed. And in case you have email and other information associated with the view, that is also exported to the Excel file. And then you can run any sort of formula to calculate your content efficiency or your campaign efficiency for a marketing use case.